the lesson of the yin and yang with performance. All right, guys, I had the privilege of getting massage work done by David Atkins for over a decade at this point. One of the things that he taught me very early on, like in my mid-20s, was Chris, you know your body works in a yin and yang. And I'm sitting there getting brutalized on the massage table by him, and I'm like, you gotta explain yourself, man. I have no freaking clue what you're talking about. So at the time, I had some forearm pain, right? And I couldn't figure out what it was stemming from. So he went through some normal tests with me. He had me like work on wrist flexion against resistance and then extension against resistance. And what we found was my extension, meaning up, when he was pushing down on me, was extremely weak as opposed to my flexion. And he said, you realize for as much things as you bear down on and grip with your life, and you have weights driving through your hand, so into my wrist, into my elbow, into my shoulder. He's like, you gotta go opposite. You have to do the yang of that. And I was like, huh. I never really thought about it that way, right? Because I would never just train my biceps and not train my triceps. Or logically, that's how I thought about it, right? Or I'd never just do quads and not hamstrings, or vice versa. I got him to elaborate, and he's like, well, step one, you're coming to massage therapy, which is good. You go to the chiropractor, which is good. He's like, but what I need you to really do is think about your training, your rest and recovery in a different capacity, right? He's like, so if you're gonna beat your body into the absolute ground every week, 4 to 5, 6 days a week, you have to do something on the flip side of that to even it all back out. If you get a massage, that's gonna help regenerate and bring back that muscle to life, so to speak. Or an ice bath, or an Epsom salt bath, or you get all your joints put back into place with a solid chiropractor who knows what they're doing. We can't always beat the piss out of our bodies and expect it to perform at maximum levels. So that's at the point of today's video, right? Because I remember what it was like to be in my 20s and cranking and just hungry, and I want to do nothing but train. I even hated rest days then. I'm like, oh, rest day again. Ugh, what can we do? And I'd find ways, since I worked in a gym, I'd find ways like, let's just go do some abs and calves. And then somehow I was doing a little bit of trap and forearm work. In hindsight, dumb, right? I couldn't figure out why I wasn't progressing at a maximum rate. And it's because of the very thing that David was trying to explain to me. If I'm gonna train to the end 5 days a week, I need to be doing things outside of my training time to make my body more resilient, right? So that's why now, even in the off season, I like to do a little bit of fasted cardio, whether that be a dog walk on the treadmill, a bike, playing outside with my son. Do something that really gets me active, not necessarily strenuous, but something that gets me moving. Then after that, I'll stretch, I'll do my TVA work, and I'll really try to open up my hip flexors, my glutes, my quads, my hamstrings, stretch my lower back, do lower back mobility like you'll see in this video. And what that does is allows me to, when it is time to train, I feel better. Then on my off days, I'll get a massage on most Wednesdays. I'll take a nap. I'll drink my essential aminos after my massage before my nap. I'll rest. I won't purposely do things that are hard, right? Like I won't go throw a bunch of mulch in my house. I'll purposely find to do that on days where I have a longer time to chill, because on those off days between weight training, especially when I'm in the heart of all season or in the heart of prep, I want those rest days to count. Just like I want my training sessions to count. So I might have 1 to 2 naps. I might do an ice bath in the morning, Epsom salt bath at night. I might go sit in the sauna. I'll stretch once or twice. All those things are bringing my body back to life, where in my training session, I'm driving myself into a hole using the recovery drink by Granite to climb out of that hole and get even. But what I want to do, instead of thinking just getting even with the ground when I do my recovery work, I'm moving above the ground, so when I dig in the hole, I don't go deeper and deeper, right? It's always this seesaw of beat myself up, recover. Beat myself up, recover. I would encourage you to start looking at your body that way. If you aren't doing things that are going to improve your longevity in the sport, you will quickly learn. You're going to run into injuries. Then your training's not going to be as fun because you're always training around those injuries. And then you're going to a point where you can't train around them anymore and you have to train through them. And that is horrible because I've done it. If you're in pain with every time you do a squat or a leg press or a hack squat, you can't think about taking that muscle to failure because you're just hoping the knees aren't going to blow off the bone. So please, I'm begging you, take your recovery and regenerative health routine seriously. Get massage. Even if, let's say you're a college kid like I once was and you don't have a lot of money, get you a foam roller. Get you a lacrosse ball. Both of those under $20 start to finish. And you can do all of that massage work by yourself. Is it as fun? No. Do you actually have to do manual work to do it? Yes. Get you a massage gun. But Chris, I don't have the money for that. Ask your parents for it for your birthday or Christmas, or your girlfriend. You can find cheaper ones online for around $100. Or guess what? Go work a part-time job and get that money, make this massage gun, and then quit. Or keep the job, put it towards supplements, towards food, towards lifting accessories. Wild, right? Take that money and invest it. Or find ways around it, right? Like, if you, let's say you are, I'm talking scraping by money-wise. If your parents have a dough roller, take it to your quads. If you are having knee issues, take it to your quad tendon and just sit there and just roll it. You don't have to buy a fancy tiger tail. If your gym has a sauna, sit in it. If not, create your own. Wait till the summer, go in your car, roll the windows up and sit in it. Epsom salt, super cheap. Go to Walmart, a big bag of it's $5. Turn the bathtub on as hot as you can get it. Epsom salt, sweat it all out. Ice, super cheap. You can even make it in your own freezer. Or get a couple bags from Sheetz or Kroger or Walmart, throw it in the bath, cold water, jump in. You don't have to have a ton of disposable income to take your body seriously. Every yoga session that you could dream of is on YouTube for free. You just have to search it. So if your lower back's tight, type in lower back recovery yoga and then do it. Just pick one that looks good or looks appealing to you. There are so many things that we can do for free. Stretching costs $0. And if you don't know how to stretch, watch this video. Simple, right? YouTube is wonderful. Use it. Napping, guess how much that costs you? $0. Well, if you're skipping work, it would cost you money technically. But on your off time, rest. You don't always have to be running around like a batshit crazy person cleaning your house and stuff. Trust me, the judges don't care if your laundry is folded. Wow. Your wife might get pissed off. The judges won't. The person who beats you won't care if your laundry is folded. That's it, guys. I'm gonna stop this rambling. You get the point. Rest, recover, stretch, mobility, massage, chiropractor, ice bath, Epsom salt bath, take them. Sauna, do it. You will thank me when you're my age or even older. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Cribbins TV.